Hello. Hola.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of TMV Live. My name's Sharzad. We've got the band back together here.
Almost.
You know these ladies, and we have a brand new guest. Missy, welcome. Tell us a little bit about your channel and you.
Thank you. I am Missy. I actually am a brand new mommy to my little boy Oliver.
He's so cute.
And me and my husband actually daily vlog on Daily Bumps. And I actually also have a channel, mommy channel actually, where it all started called Bumps Along the Way.
Cute.
I'm so happy that you're here.
Thank you.
You guys at home know that you can always tweet with us and connect with us. We are live today, so we would love to see those tweets coming on in. It is update time. Carly, where have you been?
I did not fall off the face of the earth. I've just been stuck in Idaho.
It's basically the same thing. But
Idaho, middle of nowhere, you know. It just got busy. Cooper started school. I was training for a race, and I can't come out here. I can't run in California. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Things just got busy. So, but I'm here, and I'm in Kayli's spot. We miss her.
I missed you. Speaking
We swapped
of
the
Kayli,
blondes.
we have a lot of her changes. We've got some changes on the new set. We've got some little Kayli touches going on in the back.
She's so
she
good.
made these on her channel, so you guys can see Kayli DIY.
Her fall crafts.
And there's going to be some more changes coming along the way, so we're really excited. But now we've got a little Kayli magic going on. Back
Little Mod Podge magic
Yeah.
on them walls.
You have some interesting updates. We have some updates.
We do. Cooper started kindergarten, and that was really crazy because I was walking him in on the first day, and I thought I was going to have a hard time, but I was more excited than him. I'm like, oh, that girl's cute, and that boy's cute. And we were holding hands, and I feel like that's when it starts, the awareness of that you have a mom and she may not be cool. Because I was like, okay, give me a kiss, goodbye. And he was like, Mom, wipe off your lipstick. He did not want me to kiss him, so I was like, okay.
Oh no.
Kiss, and then he ran on his way. So.
Did you dress him in that outfit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's a little surfer.
So.
Well, tell her the big pants debacle.
Oh, my mom threw this huge fit and got mad at me because he's wearing white pants on the first day of school.
What? Because it's
She's like, no mom dresses their kid in white pants. He is not going to fit in, and
They are
went
super
off.
cute.
Yeah, she doesn't understand my style.
They did get pretty dirty.
And we have.
I'm like, what? Because it's after Labor Day.
I know. I was like, Mom, why are you so mad about his white pants? So it was funny. Our family got into this big text message fight about Cooper's white pants.
Adorable.
Thank you.
It was funny.
Thank you. I try to be, so I'm trying to carrying that over into Cooper. But we have some other exciting news.
We have some very exciting news.
I heard somebody got knocked up.
It was me. But I think we all knew
Who's
that,
pregnant?
right?
Reveal your bellies. Everybody stand up and show the bellies.
Y'all might think I'm pregnant if I get up. You'll be
Somebody
like,
is pregnant.
pregnant?
no.
Nope, that's
I had a burrito.
Yes, exactly.
It's in my belly.
You're not pregnant.
No.
You're not pregnant. You're definitely
Well,
pregnant. Am I pregnant?
I think
Are you
somebody
pregnant?
else is.
Who is it?
Who is it? She's not here.
I know.
It's
But we
Kayli.
gotta tell you, Kayli is expecting number 3. They are excited about it.
Oh my gosh.
That picture of Bronx looks like, am I the dad? Am I the father? His eyes are this big.
The last time I saw her, I thought she was pregnant, but I didn't want to be like, are you pregnant? And then she not. That's just the worst thing to say to her.
Right. Well, they've been trying, and she's wanted a baby, so I'm just so happy for her.
That is
And I
great.
don't know if you guys got that right away, but there's a bun.
Bun in the
It took me a few seconds, and I was like, oh.
I get it now.
meatloaf
Yeah.
in the oven.
Did you watch that
is
bun?
that?
Is that what that is? Is that a craft?
Our topic of the day is new mommies and new mommy worries. And Missy, I know you had a very interesting, kind of challenging journey on becoming a mom. And I first want to congratulate you because I know you have the cutest little baby ever that we all got to snuggle up on before we started. So. Do you feel like sharing your story and your journey and kind of a little bit more about your channel and how that started and stuff?
Yeah, it's actually crazy because I started my YouTube channel 1 year ago today.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Actually, sorry. We have a cool vlog that I want to show of you, and then we'll get right to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So hold
video.
that thought, everybody. This video is really, really cool. I don't want to forget it.
When people think of the term motherhood, they probably think of cleaning mashed green beans off a little toddler, breastfeeding in an early morning haze, or even teaching your child right from wrong. Although all these things can be classified as such, I believe that motherhood is much more than that. Motherhood is love.
Okay, that video is amazing.
Yeah.
It's a commercial.
That was
for
beautiful.
That was National Geographic, honey.
Yeah.
Yes. Just waiting for a tiger to
Yeah.
creep up. This was
That was really nicely done.
Yeah, that video was done because, well, actually, my story is basically that I got pregnant and I lost my first pregnancy at 10 weeks. I had a miscarriage, and we got pregnant again, and I actually lost my second son, Gabriel, at 20 weeks. Wow. And so after that, I was just like, I need to tell my story. I wanted there to be a purpose in this horrible thing that's happened. I wanted to reach out to other women who have gone through the same situation as me, and so I decided to start my channel and like tell people my story, and I just wanted to help someone, just one other person who has gone through the same thing as me. And so I did, and that's actually our Mother's Day video, because at the time I still hadn't had Oliver, and I was like, I'm a mother, and I want other women who have lost or maybe have just started trying, and they've been trying for so long, and they are a mother,
They can't conceive.
and they just they're never told it. And so I wanted women on Mother's Day to feel like they're a mother, no matter what, and their love, that's what matters, is how much they love their child, even if their child's not here, or even if it was only for a few weeks. And so that's why I started YouTube, and that's kind of my goal, is to just reach out and give hope to women and and families and couples and stuff like that. So
It's amazing.
Yeah.
thank you.
That's really sweet. It's really brave of you to share everything that you've gone through. And I know that there's people watching that appreciate that, because it's always nice to have, you're a hero to them. And now you've got a successful pregnancy under your belt, which is so exciting.
It's just a little miracle, really.
Big congratulations on that. How long were you guys trying the first time around?
Well, the interesting thing is that I actually conceive very easily.
Okay.
So I get pregnant really, really fast, really easily, but I seem to have a hard time keeping the pregnancies. That's what it kind of is coming down to.
Has your doctor given you any, are there any signs or, I don't know,
Basically,
on that end? Like,
I have are you asking, like, I have a bicornuate uterus?
yes, like medically.
my uterus is kind of weirdly shaped, and if you guys, if you could see my pictures of me pregnant, my belly is completely lopsided because Oliver actually only could lay on one side of my belly. And so my belly is just like,
was it painful? Was that painful?
So painful, so uncomfortable. And so actually he started showing signs of distress at 37 weeks. And so at that point, I had to go in for an emergency C-section. And during the C-section, they were able to see that I have a full septum, and it was most likely the reason as to why I was losing my pregnancies. Yeah, they just
means like your uterus is like
there was basically like a block between my uterus. So yeah, he could only be on one side, and somehow my placenta was on the other side.
Can that help you get pregnant in the future now that they know the problem? Can that they can plan?
Yeah, they actually were able to see that I'm a perfect candidate to have it fixed.
Cool.
So
That's
that's
amazing.
so nice. And yeah, so I definitely want to get that fixed.
So explain, because I don't really know much about this topic just yet, but so what would that fixing be like? Because I'm sure maybe there's somebody else watching that would be really curious to know like what that process is like, what that what is called.
I'm not actually
Is it
sure.
it is
a
big
surgery, but it's
yeah.
fairly simple. I just literally go in. It's outpatient, and they go up through the uterus and just
up through the uterus. We all know where that's at. Right up there.
split it into one.
and they just make it one uterus. So yeah, it's actually a fairly simple procedure, and I definitely want to get it done as soon as possible. That way, my body has lots of time to heal before I'm ready to try again.
Go ahead.
I was just going to
we're
say,
all
so
like-
wouldn't you say that, didn't the
Questions?
doctor say it was like a miracle that he made it to 37 weeks?
Yeah, it was just crazy. Basically, my placenta was on one side, and I'm not even sure how he made
where he
it.
was sitting.
Oh my goodness.
I think, and we kind of have a suspicion that maybe the placenta just started to give out just because it was working so hard. So.
Right.
Crazy.
So
Seriously,
you
a miracle, baby.
started your channel prior to having Oliver, right?
Yeah.
Which is so good. I have my sister-in-law. I have one of my sorority sisters who, my sister-in-law, she's due in November, so we're excited about that. But they had problems with their first couple of pregnancies, and usually moms don't share it until after they've had one
Right.
successful one. So they feel like, what's wrong with me? Where I have to be like, oh no, I know a lot of women who have, but they share it only after they've become moms. So it's great that you shared it ahead of time, because there are so many women who they think, because they only know women who have kids, they don't know women who have struggled having children. So it's great that you were brave to step out even before you were blessed with a little while.
Yeah, I guess my theory is that I wanted I lost a baby and I wanted people to know about my baby, even if it was not, if no one ever got to meet him or even know that he was there. I just wanted to share it immediately. And that's why I also kind of, a lot of women wait to share their pregnancy until they've reached that point where they can breathe, you know. And I think that there's all kinds of different opinions on when to share your pregnancy. But for me, I want to share it because I want people to know that there's a baby, and even if I lose this baby, I want to feel like this was a baby,
right?
you know, and that he was known, or she or he was known, and so yeah.
For sure.
So you guys gonna try again after your surgery and stuff? Are you gonna definitely go through with that?
Oh yeah, definitely. As soon as I get my surgery, if it's possible, I'm still waiting to, you know, really figure it all out. Hopefully I can get that done soon, and then give myself, you know, few years.
No worries. Obviously, just had a baby. She's like,
Everyone had a baby.
That pregnancy was pretty tough. I will say that. I mean, I'm hoping the next one will be a little bit simpler because I'll have more uterus to deal with. But
You can never have too much uterus.
it was a tough one. It was hard to move.
And your baby's 2 months old?
Yeah, he's 2 months.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
I just love him so much.
Oh, yeah, he's
he's such a little smush.
Thank you.
Colette, I know you're gonna be a new mommy. I mean, kind of.
Well, maybe.
I love this belly.
I yell at him every day.
He needs to know who I am.
Yeah, he does. They have little
he
ears
has
at
to.
this point, right? He
They
can hear
do.
you.
Yep, they can hear you. They get used to voices.
She
and
got in the car this morning and I put
music.
my hand and I said one thing and he kicked my hand like, "What's up, Auntie?" You know. The crazy answer.
Anything you're worried about?
You know, there's always little worries.
Yeah.
Alien baby.
Oh, God, yeah.
Anyways, I've always been worried that's like, what if it's this one? You know, what if it's this one that's my trial and that I have to handle losing a child or whatnot? I think that's always a worry. Like, no matter how many kids you have, it's never like, oh, this is going to be so easy. It's always, you know, you never know what could happen. I think my biggest worry after I have the baby is SIDS.
Yeah.
I am so scared of that.
That
'cause
SIDS
it's
is
like-
crazy.
Because you don't have really any signs or warnings, and so I think that overall that's my biggest fear.
Yeah.
I just didn't sleep.
You just have your eyes stared at him and you stare at your child.
Because they're technically not in the clear until they're 18 months.
And I have a really good
Yeah.
friend though. Her baby, he was after 2 years old, and he had SIDS, and he was in his bed and like potty trained. I mean, I think you can't really ever plan for life.
I know. I
That's
always
what's
feel
scary.
like, I mean, there's comfort to me in knowing, like, I have a belief that there's a purpose and a reason for that kind of thing, and you just kind of have to trust in that because it's just, you know, I can't imagine as a young mother.
It eat your it's
Girl, I
good to
can't
have
even
that.
think about it. I'll
you
be
up.
sitting here weeping. I can't. No, that is the one thing about motherhood that I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, ooh, why'd you do this to yourself? Because my heart is so connected to that little boy.
Right.
I just can't. Little things I lose my mind about, so I can't imagine anything big. And I'm like, why'd you do this to yourself?
Right.
Why?
Well, mothers,
Why'd you go through having a baby?
if you want to know
did
why
you
your
let
moms are crazy, it's
Yeah.
because we love you so much. It makes us crazy.
I will tell you, there is one other thing I am afraid of. This morning, I was laying down in bed after, like, Shay took the kids to school, and I'm like, I'm just going to lay back down. I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, I hear Rockshard let Zeke in the house, and he comes, like, barreling up the stairs. I don't know what he's so excited about, but this dog can run, and he runs in the room, jumps on the bed, almost smashes me.
Baby
and I'm
on
like,
the bed.
if I have a baby in my arms on the bed and you do that, I'm going to kill you.
What type of dog is it?
He's a Great
Great
Dane.
Dane.
Oh, yeah, he's a
And
big
he's a
That is a
puppy.
big dog.
And he's our first Great Dane was like super mellow, and like he was so like light-footed around the kids. At first he was still clumsy, so sometimes
Yeah.
he'd knock them over. But that's why one thing I'm like, oh my gosh, this dog, he better realize
You're
that
sitting on
this
the
is my
couch, Zeke will
baby.
come up and just like lay his body across you. And his legs are so tall, they'll go over you. He's just like, touch me, feel me.
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
I'm a lap dog.
Oh, we have a Mastiff, so it's,
you do?
we have a Mastiff and a Yorkie.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And the Yorkie's the
Big
one we
enough.
had to train because she would get possessed. I punted her across the room. No, when my son was a baby. But after that, she now knows, okay, the hierarchy is baby, then me.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
get
that she
it.
didn't like learning that.
Oh, yeah. But I was like, I don't want to have to kill you, but
I will. Don't mess with my baby.
right, yeah.
Yeah, we had to be very careful with our dog. We just wanted him to be really safe and have him just around the baby, but not really allowed to look, come too close. And then he eventually warmed up. And
There's
now
things you
he's-
can do. I read about something like if you're bringing the baby home, you take a blanket and like let it sleep with the baby, and then bring it home, let the dog smell it, so it's not like freaking about this new smell. Because I had a small Pomeranian, and when we brought Cooper home from the hospital, he like walked over, lifted his leg, and peed on the car seat. Like, oh yeah, you think you're the baby? Watch what I do. And I was like, are you kidding me? So dogs can freak out because they love their owners and they get possessive.
yeah.
But yeah, peeing on the diaper bag and the
You're like, just
Gotta go.
another fun thing to clean up.
Right, exactly.
Great.
Do I need to put a diaper on you too?
Okay, so we're gonna talk about how your husbands have felt, what their worries are, what they've expressed, what they're afraid of when the little baby comes, or what your man was afraid of. What can you remember him telling you that he was the most afraid of when you were pregnant?
He really didn't speak of like being afraid of anything. My husband doesn't really like, he didn't, he's not a worrier. All I can remember is, I remember him saying it was hard for him to watch me in pain during labor. And then I can also remember him saying he was so proud of our son. Baby ain't done nothing but come up out of me. Okay? The baby, I don't even think he had taken his first official poop. But my husband was like, I am just so proud of him. And I was like, that is so strange to me that you feel, but like, I mean, I guess that's a part of being a dad, because I don't think I felt a sense of pride when it came to my son. But I don't think my husband, developmentally, I think that might be something that my husband worries about, to make sure, because my son has speech delays, and so we're like on top of that or whatever. So I know he wants him not to have a hard time in life developmentally, but as far as in like worrying about if anything's going to happen to him or anything like that, my husband's been really chill, which is good, because I don't think both of us could be me.
We both can't be that quick.
Yeah. So no, he's played it pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Missy?
I think, I'm the major worrier. I'm the one who does all the craziness. Brian, I think at first was so afraid to like hold him, and like he was so afraid that he was gonna like drop him. I think guys just who are bigger and they're like, how do I hold this guy? But yeah, eventually he of course figures it out, and he was a really good daddy from right at the start.
Had he been around babies before? Little babies?
Not a lot.
No, okay.
No.
So then it's even more overwhelming.
I know.
Yeah.
I think he was just like, what do I do? How do I hold him?
It's so funny how like you're pregnant and there's gifts and people are excited and it's all talk, and then the baby's there and it's kind of like, okay, like what do we do now? Like the baby's just here, and I remember my ex-husband was like, okay, now what do we do with it? Like, what do we do? I'm like, dress it, change it. Well, how do you do that?
Did you have to teach him like everything? Cause
Yeah,
did you
he had
feel
never
like you
been
had an
around.
instinct like of just naturally what to do?
Yeah, I feel like your motherly instinct takes over. I was always around kids growing up. I like had a babysitters club that I invented, and I've always loved kids and taking care of them. So I was ready. I'm like, bring it on. Give me 6 of them if you want. Just
All at once.
don't. But so he had never been around kids,
Right.
and he had a younger brother, but they were so close in age to. He has never been around babies, but he did a really good job. I just walked him through it, and I think your natural parent kind of comes out, and you know how you were raised, but then you have your own instincts, which I feel like are given to us, in that moment. People are like, I just never plan on being a parent, but I think that something within you changes, and you just learn to follow that. And so it was cute to see him interact, and I'm like, the diaper's on backwards. That was a great try. Let's do that. The straps go in front, not in the back, but
car seats look overwhelming to me.
oh my hell.
They
I was
are.
hanging out with my 2-year-old nephew a couple weeks ago.
There were so many
and I
times
was
I would
like,
just take it out and
there's
throw it
just-
out the car. Not with the baby in it. No, the baby was in it.
I was sitting in the back, I'm like, how tight should this be? They're like really tight. I'm like, I don't know if he can breathe in this thing. And I'm just cranking that thing. And they're like, not that tight. I'm like,
The
oh,
baby's head is like, eyes are getting bigger.
I'm like, it's got to be tight. It's got to hold him in there. But, you know, I don't know. I don't have those instincts.
We had the
just
nurse,
yet.
after like you have the baby and they release you from the hospital,
Yeah.
our nurse walked us down to the car and make sure we had like the proper car seat.
Okay.
That's what they're supposed to
And
do.
it's almost like you're being tested for how good of a parent you're gonna be in life, because our nurse is like, you got that car seat?
Oh, really?
Did you get the manual with it? And I was just like, honey, why didn't you buy that when I told you to? Like, oh, sorry, did I hit you hard? Honey. And I remember we were like,
husband, she was like,
honey. But we were like trying to strap it in, and we like did it backwards, and like it was just because of this pressure. This lady was like over, she's like, did you do that right? Did you put that car seat in
that
right?
would
You're gonna be a
drive
bad
me
mom.
crazy.
I'm like, oh, sorry.
There's like a crazy statistic out there that says that almost 95% of parents put the car seat in wrong.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
truth. I'm sure that's
Right.
the truth.
Yeah.
Ours was in wrong on the way home.
Yeah.
I think
The
ours
baby's
was in
head
wrong.
was like this. And
I'm like, I think there's something wrong with this, but I don't
the
know
baby's head
what.
should not be doing that.
yeah.
I was so worried. I took it straight down to California Highway Patrol, and I just had them do it for me.
Oh, really?
I was like, make it be perfect.
Put it in.
Smart.
And so yeah, now we got it perfect, and I
like
just don't
those
touch
ones
it.
Where you can
No one
click,
touch it.
They click them in. Like
Yeah.
there's something
keep
that
the
you
base.
strap in,
Yeah.
the base in, and then you can take the carrier out. So if
Yeah.
you're a new mom,
Oh,
get
that's a
one of
good
those
idea,
because
yeah.
Yeah.
bending over and wriggling the seatbelt through all the little
gotta be
hooks and niches,
flexible.
and you
It's
hurt your
crazy.
back, and so
Yeah.
just get the one where you click them into the holder and then
The
take
base,
them out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like
That's
those
what we
ones.
had.
Yeah, I had them put the base in.
That's a good idea. Colette, your man?
You know, Shay's fearless.
Yeah.
He's pretty
Have you guys
fearless.
seen the
But he, the one thing that just cracked me up, like he was such a sweetheart. I remember the first night we came home with our first son, and I was just like, I was just in like sleepless, like shakes, and I was just like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't handle it. So he like slept in the baby's room all night with the baby in the recliner. Like he was really
centered.
good.
That's so
But the one thing I remember him having a hard time with was the first diaper change. He had a
imagine.
towel, and it was like wrapped around his face so tight, and he was just like, I'm ready.
Because he didn't want anything shooting up.
He
on his
he just didn't want to smell it. He's really sensitive with smells and stuff.
Oh.
It was so
Coming
cute,
from
though.
the
I had to
stinkiest
laugh.
person ever. Shay, get yourself checked.
I had to laugh. And I also, I mean, he's so good with the babies, and he's very gentle. But he's like, they're not fun until they're old enough. I can just throw them up in the air because
He will do that.
Yeah, but he's a really good dad, and he's usually pretty just like, we'll figure it out, you know.
That's a good attitude.
Yeah.
It seems like you guys really have a good way of balancing each other out. Yeah.
Well, I've noticed too with a lot of men, it's different because they don't have like that bonding,
Right.
you know, the
Yeah.
whole pregnancy bonding thing or nursing. And so you'd think like if they're not good with babies before, they won't be after. But there's something that happens like when it's your own.
Right.
Yeah.
Like even with my brother-in-law, who they ended up adopting, like he never really wanted to hold my kids. Like my sister was like, here, hold the baby, here, hold the baby. And he was always like, okay. He was super nervous. But as soon as he had his own baby, and it was interesting because it's not their, you know, biological child, but as soon as it was his own, it was just like he just took to that baby and like he became a dad.
Yeah.
So I think that there's something that just sort of happens, and you may call it love or whatever.
That one
People
word.
refer
But
to
it's
it
something
as
that
love.
happens, you
Yeah.
know?
Something.
They just figure it out.
Cool. Well, team, now it's our time to chat with you guys.
Hello.
So I think we have some Twitter questions coming on in. So as soon as I see those questions coming in, I will read them and we will answer them. Yay, we got a question. Katie W. Ross says, do 1025W.
With my friends.
With my friend. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you,
Got your
Angel.
back.
I'm
It's like
reading.
mom gang lingo.
I can't read. Yes, I can. I swear. UCLA, woo. The more I learn, the more I worry. Hoping the letting go will come soon. Advice on how, when to let go.
Oh my gosh. I feel like every mother needs to skim the books that are given to you. I feel like there were so many books thrown at you, and I think it's good. You need to inform yourself, but just be aware that those books, like what to expect when you're expecting, every month what's going to happen, they literally put everything that could go wrong, like a hangnail on your child in those books. And so reading them, I think, you know, you're excited and you're having all these hormones and emotions, and you read through like everything that could go wrong, because they have to prepare you. You start naturally freaking out, like, so take it with a grain of salt and enjoy it. I wish I would have just enjoyed it instead of like worrying about it, because I mean, you're pregnant and it's time to bond and grow. Everyone's experience is different,
You
but
can't control everything.
Right.
You can't
You-
control
right.
anything,
Yeah.
really.
You can't control
You can't
anything.
control your appetite, much less what's happening. What I did to keep me, well, in that sense, I'm not a worry wart, so I can read anything and not feel like, oh, it's going to happen to me. But what I did do was I only read what I was going through. So if something was happening to me, then I would look up that.
Right.
I wasn't looking up for stuff that was not relevant to what was going through. So like when
like,
I had
is
the
this
whole
normal with my nipples? Let's
right,
find
exactly,
that, read it.
exactly.
Yeah, that's normal.
Why is all this hair growing in my face? You know, or on my body?
Yeah.
So I think for new moms, if you're that type of chick, just read what you're going through. Or there was this one book I had. It was like a journal that just said what the baby was doing in my belly every single day. Like that was a great book for me to read that didn't have any scary stuff in it.
Right.
And then I had other books to just look up. Oh, why can't I stand? Oh, my sciatic nerve. You know, like
Right.
stuff like that.
I love that.
That's a good point. I think that's so. I was terrified with my first one. I think it's the first one, and then it's like once you have the baby and you realize, oh, there's
do this.
hundreds of thousands of people that do this every day, and
Right.
it's okay. You know, you just learn how to like let it go.
I still haven't let go.
You're like, I am not okay yet.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of the warriors, and it's just that's just kind of what happens. But I am loosening up, especially with the nighttime thing, because that is a big deal.
Yeah,
the
that's
night.
pretty-
That's probably the hardest, because when you don't have
Yeah.
sleep, it's like. Ugh. But I'm definitely starting to like loosen up. All right, he's okay, you know. But I definitely do a lot of research, and there's just too much information out there these days. It's just way too much to look at.
There's a lot of opinions.
Yes,
like, what's
exactly.
an opinion? Every pregnant girl's story and experience is different, and that's why people are like, well, you're not going natural where you're eating that. I mean, I know girls who are so healthy, they didn't eat certain things, they didn't wear certain shoes, they weren't around certain equipment, and they were so healthy, and their labor and delivery stories were a lot different than mine. And I was eating cheese hot dogs and Coca-Colas and Slurpees in bed. I did not care. I mean, and everything was fine for me, you know. So you have to know that yours is going to be different than your mom's, even though it was your mom. Like mine were so different, my mom. So
And from each other too.
Right.
Each pregnancy totally different. I saw one of your videos where you had like a device that monitors your little baby while he's sleeping, right?
Yeah, it's called a snoozer. There's
Yeah.
there's a lot of different kinds, and it clips right onto his diaper,
Yeah.
and it monitors his movement or his breathing, and it is nice. It's not going to protect him from anything. It's not going to protect him from SIDS or keep him breathing or anything,
Yeah.
but it will inform you after 20 seconds that something might be wrong. Could have fallen off,
I feel
but
like that gives you a little extra level of
it
comfort,
does.
though.
It does. I think a lot of women have different opinions. You know, whether it gives them more stress because now they're worrying about the device.
I worry.
I feel like that would make
Yeah.
me totally.
Worried. Like,
But it brings me.
is it breathing? Is it working? And the battery's dead?
It brings me comfort.
My version of that was my baby just slept with me every
Yeah.
single
Right on me.
night.
And he does.
Until when, though? Until they're how old?
I think I put
She's
him
like
in his
last
bed.
night.
Yeah. He gets out of his bed in the middle of the night sometimes. So when I wake up, he is laying right there beside me,
Okay.
usually. But he starts off in his room, so he probably gets up in our room at around 4 a.m. But I think a little bit after he turned 1 is when we finally got him out of our bed. But it just gave me, I could feel his breath on my face every night. So there was no, are you breathing? I can smell it.
Yeah.
I knew you were there.
And I do have him in a thing next to my bed.
Yeah.
Just so I can keep an eye on him. Plus, me and my husband are really deep sleepers, so I definitely don't want him like in my bed with me. But he lays in my bed and his snooze is on him, and it did bring me comfort. It really did, because I knew that if he were to stop breathing while I'm dead asleep, I will hear something go off. And it won't be long. And 20 seconds, can still help him if it was necessary.
Right.
The device does fall off sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's interesting because there's just so much available
It
for
is.
like
It's-
moms.
I know.
You don't know what is going to work for you, what isn't.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's going to drive you crazy or what's going to actually just ease your mind.
Yeah.
So
It's interesting because I'll allow myself like 2 months to have them in my room.
Yeah.
But I will lose sleep so
Right.
much because I'm such a light sleeper.
Yeah.
So like every move they make, every little move, I'm just like, are you okay? Okay. We're good? Okay.
Go back to sleep for 5 minutes.
And I'm wide awake, So I allow like 2, maybe 3 months, and then I have to put them in a separate room.
Yeah.
Because I just
I'm
can't.
bad. Cooper still sleeps in my bed.
Girl, it's the
Don't tell
best.
anybody.
If they're good snugglers, it is the best.
He rubs my hair and like plays with
Why
it.
would you want to not have that?
I don't sleep with
you?
anybody else. I have no other man in my life. So Cooper, and I have a Callie King, but we've tried because I'm like, 7th grade's coming up sooner or later. Things are gonna start
might
happening
be
to your
weird.
body because you're a boy.
That might be
I don't know
weird.
if you can be in mom's bed, but school nights are like we've agreed on school nights. You have to sleep in your bed, but he still wakes up and will come in, and he doesn't even remember. He's like, "Why'd you move me in your bed, Mom?" I'm like, "You were crying and you walked in here. Don't put this on me." Okay, maybe it was me.
Maybe it was. Maybe I did go
Okay,
pick you up.
good.
Yeah.
I
love
missed
it.
you.
I love it.
Snuggles. We have another tweet. Let me see if I can read this one. Lindsay Reed Collins. Would you ever tell someone that you think they have postpartum depression? If so, how would you? That's an interesting
Yes,
question.
I would. Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot more people than like to admit, probably go through postpartum depression. I'm
I don't
sure.
think maybe you should tell them. Maybe you should offer that to them as an option. Like, hey, have you ever considered thinking that maybe you may or may not be going through this? Because I feel like sometimes when you pinpoint something on an emotional woman, it's never a good thing.
Yeah.
So maybe just
Right.
offer it as in, hey, relate it to somebody else or to you. Say, I've gone through this personally. Do you think that this is something maybe that you're going through? And give them that opportunity to acknowledge it for themselves that they are doing that. Then they don't feel like you're like,
It's probably easier if you are a mom and you
Yeah.
have experienced it. Because I can understand how that could be hard to tell somebody, like, yeah, you're depressed, you need to get over it.
yeah. Then they're like,
But
you don't care about
Well,
me.
see, the times that I've had to tell someone, it's actually been a relief because they couldn't figure out what was wrong.
right.
So to be able to say, oh, no, like this happens, this is natural, this baby blues, whatever you want to call it, I don't want you to think you're crazy. This is just a part of what some moms have to go through, so just don't worry about it.
I think it's important to tell them that this is normal.
Right.
This happens, and I think some people might think it's not, but yeah, it's totally okay, and there are ways to fix it, and you just have to get a handle on it. That's the most important thing, is to get a handle on it before it gets out of control.
Yeah.
I think there's always comfort in knowing that somebody else is going through something similar too. So if you reach out and you're like, hey, there's a lot of other people that are going through something similar. And a lot of times it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Right.
You don't want to come out and attack and be like, you're depressed.
Girl, stop eating them Oreos. Get off the couch. You depressed.
I had partner depression. I wouldn't post. I was depressed during my pregnancy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What do you think was triggering that, or what?
Get me ready for this conversation.
My bank account was triggering it. It was.
That could be a huge.
It was.
factor,
It
though.
was because I realized after a certain point I couldn't work. I was like, nobody's about to hire this big black pregnant woman. And it was like I went from working consistently to stopping working and then being like, how am I gonna, and then gaining 65 pounds.
And
like,
you're an actress too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
so in case somebody didn't know that,
right. And my first vlog on YouTube was when I was pregnant, and that was the thing. I was like, me being pregnant it equals unemployment, and sure enough, it did. And so it was really hard for me to, because I wanted to be excited, and that was also depressing. Because I was like, I don't want this to be my child's story. Like, what happened when you found out you were pregnant with me? I cried. I wept.
I hated my life.
Yes.
And then you feel that guilt for not being excited, and then it's
Exactly.
just this whole spiral
Which I
of
still
depression.
feel like you have a right to feel that way. Like, and I think that as women, we're so hard on ourselves. It doesn't always have to be flowers and sunshine. You have a right to express an emotion. If you're feeling that, don't dwell on it too long, but give yourself that chance to feel sad or remorseful or like, oh my gosh, I'm knocked up. What am I gonna do or whatever?
Yeah.
Because for some people, like I wasn't planning on getting pregnant, but I did, and so I remember feeling guilty for being pregnant, for not being pregnant, for this, but I have a healthy baby, and so you just have to kind of ride the waves.
Yeah.
But
How long do you think it lasted, your depression? I mean, you weren't depressed the whole time.
Was I not?
Oh,
Yes.
you were. Okay.
It's like, well, yeah.
As I was, especially after I found out I was having a boy too, and I was like, why could I have a girl? Girls are so, I know girls. It was just everything. I think maybe when I got the nursery up is when I finally was like, okay, this is about to be neat. We're going to be broke, but this is going to be really fun. These ramen noodles are going to taste great. it was a lot. Like I remember my sister sent me a couple of books because I was just so devastated by it. It was like, it wasn't until we got really close to me getting ready to meet him that I was just like, okay, put on your big girl panties.
Right. Yeah.
Is this happening? There are people who don't have what you. I was acting like I was married, so we had a house. Like I'm acting like we were really like destitute, but in my head that's where I was going. So it was most of my pregnancy. And that's the biggest thing of me, like not wanting to have another child, because I don't want to go through that ever again. Yeah. And I want to make sure if I were to ever get pregnant that my mentals are going to be in the right place where I'm not like, woe is me the entire time.
Yeah. It's hard to shake it off though when you're depressed. I mean, it's really hard to snap out of it. Yeah. Well, we have one more tweet. It's our last one, and I'm so sad. This is from Dana Schmoyer. She says, "How do you stay on top of the continual mess of the kitchen, laundry, etc., while having time for your kids and husband?"
You don't have a husband, then that's really easy. I'm just kidding, that was awful.
You don't stay on top of it. You accept the fact that you will have a messy house, and that is okay. I always try to tell myself, I'm like, Katilette, you are raising children, not a clean house, and there will come a day where my house will be spotless, and I will be sad because my kids won't be there. You know? Crying pregnant. It happens.
I was like, say you need to trademark that. I'm raising kids, not a clean house. And tell my husband, I'm raising a child, not clean.
Not the dishes.
Not the dishes. He'll be like, who said that? Who did you hear say that?
She said it. Yeah.
I heard a saying though that reminds me of that your kids won't remember the clean house. They'll remember the moments you spent with them. And I have to tell myself that because I'm like OCD, and even Cooper has started to be like that. And I'm like, I'm sorry that you have had to adopt my crazy clean ways, but it's more important that you spend time with your kids. I mean, I feel frustrated though when my house is clean and things are put away. I can enjoy where I'm at. If things are like messy, it's hard for me to focus and be with Cooper in that moment. But it's just a matter of letting go. And
it's interesting. Go ahead.
I will say that baby wearing does work. I do baby wearing. I actually wear something,
Cooper, get on my back.
and I
We're
just
gonna go
put
back
it right on me. Yeah, it's so funny.
Here we go.
And I can actually get a few things done because sometimes the stuff does stress me out when things are just ridiculous, and so I just put them on me. We just do stuff together.
Yeah, like you definitely don't want to like just let everything go to heck.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way. Like I was always like, as in high school, I was like, my room was this way and it was perfect and nobody touch it. So I sort of had to learn to like be more relaxed with that because I was constantly just like nitpicking everything, especially we had a dog and there was dog hair and I was like, I can't do this. And I just had to learn to like, breathe and be like, you know what, this is not the purpose of life to have a clean house.
Right.
And also, as your kids get older, that's part of having a household is like teaching them, like this is how you fold your laundry, this is how you help mommy out. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Put your kids to work.
That's right.
You have them for a reason. They're your little helpers.
Your little worker.
Yeah. Go on your way, do the dishes.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so much, Journey.
I'm sure a lot of people appreciated that, including me.
Thanks.
So, team, that is it for our show today. We will be back next week, Thursday at 2. And we love you guys. Send in lots of questions and tweets, and we'll see you next time.
Love your butts.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Helps us through life. It's been interesting. People always ask me, like, don't you feel so restricted? And I'm like, are you kidding me? It is freedom to me.
It is.
It truly is.